Now let's discuss further. Let's discuss some few points about zinc oxide and vanadium. In the UV photo detector, zinc oxide is the material which is responsible for absorbing the ultraviolet and detects it. So zinc oxide takes the ultraviolet light and detects it. Now let's discuss few points about vanadium. Vanadium is mainly used as a steel additive. So all over the world, 80% of the vanadium which is produced is used as a steel additive. It is also used as a pigment for ceramics and glass, and also used as a catalyst, and also used in producing the superconducting magnets. Now let's discuss about nanoflakes and nanorods. Already you know, when zinc oxide is combined with the vanadium, nanoflakes are produced. Nanoflakes are produced. Which one is better, whether nanoflake or nanorod? Nanoflakes are much better because when you mix the zinc oxide with the vanadium, it converts the nanorods to nanoflakes. What is the plus point? Volume of the material is same in both cases, but surface area increases in the nanoflakes. So it is a flake, it is a rod. In the nanoflakes, surface area is much higher when compared to nanorods. So because of that, nanoflakes becomes more porous. And another point is that nanorods are one-dimensional, whereas nanoflakes are two-dimensional. So because of that, nanoflakes can absorb more ultraviolet light. Even the ultraviolet rays volume is low, nanoflakes can be used. What are the applications of this UV photo detector? It harvests optical energy. So far we discussed how it harvests optical energy. This optical energy can be used for self-charging the energy storage devices like supercapacitor. So another application is that it's useful for operating the electronic devices even in the absence of external power supply. So these are some applications of UV photo detector. Prepare thoroughly on the topic because Indian scientists developed this technology. Now let's discuss the second topic of the day, that is huge backlog of visas for Pakistan citizens are pending, and recently many people are raising an issue that we have to revoke visas granted to Pakistan actors because terrorists came from Pakistan, attacked Uri army base in Jammu and Kashmir. In that, 19 Indian soldiers have died. In this background, India carried out surgical strikes across the line of control in at least 7 terrorist launch pads and killed many terrorists. In this background, there's a demand is rising in India to ban Pakistan actors visiting India and acting in the Indian films. Let's discuss the issue. If any Pakistan citizen is applying for Indian visa, means they have to wait for huge days and clearance is not easy. In this background, there is an issue that huge backlog of visas for Pakistan citizens because they have to undergo security clearance from India. Ministry of External Affairs is a ministry. It has to get the permission from the Home Ministry to grant visas to the Pakistan citizens. If any person from Pakistan applies for the visa, they have to wait for 60 days. Within 60 days, Indian security agencies will conduct surveys about their background. Within 60 days, if security agencies raise any security concerns, visa will not be granted. If no security concerns has been raised by Indian agencies means on 61st day, visa will be granted to Pakistan citizens. Now let's discuss about restricted category. Restricted category, what is that? Some countries have been put under the restricted category to grant visas. Countries like Pakistan, China and Afghanistan have been put under restricted category. Under this, if any visa applications to visit India has to be cleared by Ministry of Home Affairs. This is a point, don't get confused. In this case, it's a Ministry of Home Affairs that gives permission to the Ministry of External Affairs to issue visa to the persons who are visiting from China, Afghanistan and Pakistan, because these countries are placed under restricted category. Central government also maintains a database to verify the details of the persons who are regularly coming to India from these countries. What is revoking Indian passport? What is the procedure for that? If any person who visited from these countries does a crime, not only from that countries, from any country, after reaching India, if they commit any crime within Indian territory, or if they are considered as threat to the India or considered as undesirable person means Indian government can revoke their passport. Many people in India are asking to revoke the passport of Pakistan actors, but central government said it won't take any knee-jerk reaction on the issue. It will take the decision at the appropriate time. To get the complete video lecture on this topic, visit our website commandindia.com. Now let's move to the third topic of the day, that is Japanese encephalitis. Japanese encephalitis is one of the important area for the prelims 2017. Why it is important? Recently, in the state of Odisha, especially in the Malangiri district, more than 50 children are affected and died because of the Japanese encephalitis. In this background, let's discuss some important facts on this. So already we discussed Malangiri district in the Odisha is severely affected because of the Japanese encephalitis infection. It is spread by mosquito. So it's a mosquito-borne disease is one of the important point for the prelims examination. Second point is Culex mosquito is responsible for transmitting the Japanese encephalitis from pigs to humans. So pigs plays important role in spreading the virus from pigs to human beings. Here mosquito acts as a transmitter. Virus gets amplified in the pig, then it is transmitted to human beings via mosquito. The name of the mosquito is Culex mosquito. So in these areas we can supply mosquito nets, and we have to take many cleanliness measures and awareness drive. People's awareness should be created about Japanese encephalitis before the onset of monsoon. Every year before the onset of monsoon, some measures has to be taken to control the spread of Japanese encephalitis in the high prone areas. Malangiri district is highly prone to Japanese encephalitis every year. In 2012, Japanese encephalitis killed more than 100 children. Children are mainly affected because of Japanese encephalitis viral infection. Another point about Malangiri district is that it is a tribal dominated district. Few years back, if you have studied the current affairs, Malangiri district collector Malangri district collector was abducted by Maoist, and after 1 month they released the Maoist Malangri district collector. It was news few years back. Now let's discuss about the virus. Japanese encephalitis virus is a flavivirus. Flavivirus, and the virus is related to dengue virus, yellow fever virus, and West Nile virus. These all viruses belong to the flavivirus family, and all viruses are spread by mosquito. So mosquito spreads all the 4 diseases like dengue, Japanese encephalitis, yellow fever, and West Nile fever. Now let's discuss, is there any cure for the Japanese encephalitis? The answer is no. Remember, it is an important point. Now the treatment is only supportive in nature. So there is no cure available for Japanese encephalitis. It's one point for prelims examination. Now let's discuss about how Japanese encephalitis is transmitted. Already we discussed humans get infection by bite of infected mosquito belong to Culex family. In this picture you can see how we get Japanese encephalitis. Here Culex virus is there, and when Culex mosquitoes bite pigs, virus gets transmitted to the mosquito, and in the mosquito, when bites about the water bird, it is a water bird, that also gets infected, and when a normal mosquito bites the infected water bird, it also gets infected. So finally, when infected Culex mosquito bites human beings, we get affected because of the Japanese encephalitis. In this picture you can see few words like amplifying host, maintenance host, dead end host. What is that? If Japanese encephalitis virus enters human body, it is a dead end host. It means mostly the person who is affected by Japanese encephalitis will die, so it's called as dead end host. In pigs, simply virus multiplies and it's not affecting the pigs much. So pigs are not affected much because of the viral infection. Now let's discuss about transmission and one concept called as N-zootic cycle. N-zootic cycle means if a transmission of virus occurs between humans on the one hand and other animals on the other hand, animals may be pigs or birds like water birds. So the virus is transmitted between pigs or other animals and one side and the human beings on the other side means this kind of cycle is known as N-zootic cycle. N-zootic cycle. Japanese encephalitis mainly found in the rural and peri-urban areas because pigs are mostly available in the rural and peri-urban areas. Japanese encephalitis is rare in the urban setup. So these are the important points for the prelims examination. So Japanese encephalitis mainly found in rural and peri-urban areas. How to prevent the Japanese encephalitis? The travelers who are visiting the Japanese encephalitis endemic zone should take many precautions to avoid mosquito bite. Like they have to use their repellents, they can use long sleeved cloths, mosquito coils and vaporizers can be used. If the traveler is going to spend long time in the endemic areas means they should get vaccinated for the Japanese encephalitis. There is a demand growing in India and all over the world to include the Japanese encephalitis vaccine within the immunization schedule. Let's see what happens. Now let's move to the third topic of the day, that is Russian-Indian Investment Fund. Russian-Indian Investment Fund. BRICS summit is recently held in the state of Goa, and many defense deals were signed between India and Russia. And India also decided to set up an investment fund. Let's discuss important points about this. Russia decided to invest 50 million US dollars, 500 million US dollars along with the NIIF. It stands for National Infrastructure Investment Fund. It stands for National Infrastructure Investment Fund. So Russian-Indian investment fund worth of 1 billion. Out of 1 billion, Russia will contribute 500 million US dollars. India will contribute the remaining half, that is 500 million US dollars. One more important point is that it is for the first time National Infrastructure Investment Fund made a joint investment plan with any country. So the Russia-Indian Investment Fund is the first kind of initiative. And another point is that National Investment Infrastructure Fund has worth of 40,000 crore rupees. Out of that, 14% will be contributed by Government of India. The fund is very useful so that the fund will be invested in the infrastructure sector, mainly in the greenfield and brownfield projects, and also in the stalled projects. We already provided a separate video lecture on the greenfield project and brownfield project in our paid service. Visit our website commandindia.com to get more than 300 lectures we provided under IAS 2017 batch video lectures. If you have any doubt, our WhatsApp number is 809-809-9922. Invite your friends to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and thank you for watching this video lecture, and all the best.